Buffalo Bills are going to Miami as 5-point underdogs. I want to start at something Pat and I were talking about earlier. Vegas has got them as underdogs in all the games they played so far, and they've won 4 times. Yeah. Isn't that a plus for the coaching staff?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yes.
Because we've been banging on them pretty much all the regular season.
You can use that. You can definitely use that. I mean, let's face it. There was nothing like that Minnesota game, which really does stand out. Even though they're playing better now, that was the real stunner. But the other games, like the Titans when they won, and even on Sunday when they won, you can see why they were underdogs. I think they're mostly underdogs because of the lack of offense this team has had. And I think teams look at it and say they can't score, so they end up getting points. Yes, I think he'll use it. They've earned the right to be underdogs most of the time, though, too. I think that'll change. I think if they could go down and win in Miami, I think they're going to come home and be favorites in a couple of games. Now, the question is, can you go down and win in Miami? I see people chalking up these Miami games. Miami should actually be better than they are. They should have won this past week against the hot Colts team. So I think it's a big challenge for them on Sunday.
And they're going to see 85 degrees down there.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Miami should be better. Isn't that every season?
Yeah,
Miami
you're right.
Be better than this? But here's what's starting to scare me, right? The Bills can never just be bad. Like, you can't just be bad and let me relax as a Bills fan because, they start out horribly. And in the first 4 weeks, even after that Minnesota game, I go, okay, at least I know we're bad. I can sit back and enjoy these games.
They went to Green Bay, they lost. You were resigned to the fact, all right, they're going to be 3-13.
Right.
It's over, fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
5-11.
now we got 4 wins, and the next 3 games are extremely winnable games with Miami, Detroit, and New York. Right? If they win those games, they're 7-7.
Yes.
And you know who's looming on the road? The New England Patriots. So there's a chance again that I get sucked back into, oh my God, this team can do it. And there's a massive showdown against the team that all they do is break my heart. Why? Why do you keep doing this to me?
Look at what happened last year when they were still in it and they went there on Christmas Eve and they got robbed on the one play Kelvin Benjamin had made in his life and they took the touchdown away and then they got blown out in the second half. Now they still made the playoffs, but yeah, they drag you back in.
But like as fun as this has been and as great as the 2-game win streak is, if you go and win these next 2 games and you give me hope again and you break my heart, so help me God. So help me God.
What are you like in your living room or at the game? You just about went through the camera.
It's not good. It's not good.
Oh my
There's a part of me that feels like, they're going to screw this up and contend, which is an odd thing to say.
It's sort of possible. Watching him as someone who's not a fan of a team, but just watching football, they, to me, rely so much on momentum. The fight in the Jacksonville game. Things went their way in Minnesota, boom, 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 3 scores, and they just were rolling.
Same with the Jets.
It just seems when things go their way and they can get on a roll like that and get momentum, then they take it and go. When things go bad, it's tough for them to, and
you're right,
about
because
it's tough to create points.
I don't think they have the outright talent. Defensively, there's some pretty good players on that defense.
Closer to being,
But on offense, they usually don't have that, and I think it's helped.
It's funny you bring up momentum with the Jags game. You could say the fight was momentum, but also losing the guy that had 2 touchdowns and 100 yards up to that point in Leonard Fournette probably also helped with the momentum, probably.
Pick the game. The line is 5.
Oh, yeah, I think the Bills cover. I think the Bills win outright. I think the Dolphins are a tire fire, and Tannehill is not your franchise quarterback, and they got to address that in the offseason, and the hope lives on. Why do you do this to me?
Pick another game.
Steelers, Chargers. I think the Chargers need this. The Steelers need this. Historically, when the Chargers need it, they don't get it. When the Steelers need it, they get it. Steelers outright, big win.
All right, I like Miami at home. I have the Giants also playing at home. There's 7 home field underdogs this week. It's an odd schedule. So I'll take the Giants getting 4.5 against the Bears.
I have gone back and forth on this game. Definitely think the Bills will cover. I definitely think it's going to be a close game. I think this could be a bit of a defining moment for Allen, just in the fact that a young guy, he's won 3 games against 3 teams that made the playoffs a year ago. I mean, they maybe aren't as good this year, but he still got those wins. Just for this and just to bother Pat, I'm going to say the Bills are going to win the game.
Got another?
To win this week. I've got the Bengals at home getting points. They are terrible, but they are coming off a game where,
getting 4 against Denver.
Getting 4. Denver's not bad, but getting Denver away from Denver, I'm going to take the Bengals.
All right, Kevin, you're up.
What he said about the Dolphins. Yeah. I agree totally. And I like the Bills to win that game. I just kind of think it's that momentum thing, and the Dolphins are not very good.
And you got another team for us?
Colts. Jacksonville is a complete mess.
With a new quarterback.
Even a bigger mess.
And a new offensive coordinator.
God, what a
bigger mess.
joke that was. I almost cursed. I'm sorry.